Going inside.
All right, it's on.
All right.
Yeah, you can start talking. We're good.
All right, we're good. Liz, sorry about that.
That's okay. So it's definitely rolling, right?
Yes, so should I just talk into the camera?
Yes, just look straight into the camera.
Okay.
So why don't you start just by saying tell me your name, your age, and where you live.
My name is Leonora Kenyon. I am 30 years old, and I live in Hamilton/Robbinsville, New Jersey. Just moved to Robbinsville.
And talk to me about your living situation right now. What is your living situation like?
Right now, I just moved actually in a week ago to a condo with my daughter, who is 7. Before that, I was living with my parents, my sister, my grandmother, and my daughter. And my daughter and I had separate. We lived in the basement, kind of. We turned into an apartment, but decided to move out about a week ago.
And tell me about your daughter. Tell me your daughter's name and what your relationship is like with her.
She's 7 years old. She is.
And then, sorry, just tell me what her name is.
Her name is Mia. Her name is Mia. She's 7 years old, and she is the love of my life. We're very close. We're always together. Things have changed since things have gotten worse for me, I think. But it's just me and her. So
And tell me about things that you guys do together. What do you and your daughter do for fun?
We used to do a lot of things together. We used to go on day trips and weekend trips. But now mainly it's just we'll catch a movie. And that's just about it. Usually because I just don't have the energy to really do anything. But I used to do a lot with her. Now it's just, if we go out, we go to a movie, we'll hang out at home and watch TV or a movie or something like that.
And I'm sorry, I missed your daughter's name again. What is her name?
Her name is Mia.
Mia. That's
Yeah.
a really pretty name.
Thank you.
So, do you and Mia ever get to eat together, or do you ever have meals with Mia? What's the eating situation like with you two?
To be honest with you, I do try once in a while to eat with her, but normally it's just her eating and me not eating.
And just elaborate on what that's like for you, and if you can, just instead of saying her, make sure and just establish that you're talking about Mia.
Okay.
Because if we edit the video, they won't hear my voice.
Okay.
So tell me, what that's like for you, like when you make meals for her and you don't eat with her, and she eats by herself.
When Mia eats alone and I cook for her, especially now that we just moved, I've been trying to make healthy meals that we could both eat, but I haven't been able to do that. And honestly, when she's sitting there by herself eating, I feel like the worst mother in the world, because I want to eat with my daughter. I want to be able to sit down and have a nice meal with her and talk, and I can't bring myself to usually sit down and eat with her, or anybody else for that matter.
What are some of the things that you feel like your eating disorder keeps you from doing with your daughter that you wish you could do with her?
It keeps me from taking her to the park, staying up at night, and we used to have sleepovers and paint each other's nails and do all that. But I don't do any of that anymore. I just am not the mom I used to be to her. Birthday parties, I used to be the one to take her all the time and pick her up, and now, if she's got a birthday party, I normally either don't want to go out in public, or I'm too tired or don't have the energy to, and I will ask one of my parents to take me to the party or drop her off. There's a lot of things that I want to do with her. I want to take her to New York for the day. I want to take her to Philly for the day and the aquarium, and all that. And, I try to every once in a while, but for the most part, I end up not, usually because I don't want to be put in a situation where we're going to have to go out to eat, and I just can't do it. And until a couple months ago, I was getting sick quite often. I was passing out and all that, so it was. I didn't really want to travel with her alone because, God forbid, something happened and we were by ourselves.
Tell me about. You're doing great, by the way.
Thank you.
Tell me about what you do for a living and how your eating disorder gets in the way of work.
I sell real estate for Remax Tri-County, and I was on a sick leave for a few months because I really was not able to work. I wasn't able to focus. I wasn't able to really drive alone because my potassium was so low, my blood pressure. So I went on a sick leave for a little while. And in real estate, you have to have self-confidence. You have to be able to, go knock on some doors once in a while, and I don't have that right now. I lost it, and I usually don't have the energy to get out of bed and do a full, not that real estate honestly requires a full day's work. I work with my mother in real estate. We're a team. So it's hard. Have not been doing as well as I could be. I could be doing a lot more than I have been.
So how are you making money right now?
I have a couple deals in the work. I get, in the works, that I have, some closings coming up. I still get paid on my mom's deals. I get a percentage of her commission checks. But it's not the same as when it's my own commission checks. So it's hard, financially. I took a hit since I got, really sick, and yeah.
And so let's talk about your eating disorder. What is it? And walk me through how it's affecting you today, like right now, where you're at with your eating disorder and how you're suffering with it.
Right now, I have not purged in 2 weeks, but I have noticed I have cut back my calories a huge amount over the last couple weeks. I was doing okay for a few weeks. I was doing about 900 to 1,000 calories, and then I gradually cut back, and I think now I'm down to anywhere from 400 to 600 max a day. And I was taking at least 80 to 90 laxatives a day. I stopped taking them. 80 to 90 a week. I stopped taking them, but now I am having huge problems, with going to the bathroom. I guess my body became dependent on them for so long. My stomach is bloated and extended and all that good stuff. I do take water pills, or was taking water pills. I try not to. I got them prescribed by a doctor. I just every moment is about food in my head. What I'm going to eat, if I should eat, and maybe purge. It's always a constant thing. I just wish, I could go out to dinner with my daughter once and not obsess about what I'm eating. I just want to sit down and eat a normal meal and not feel like it's the end of the world and that I just did something awful by eating.
Right. Would you, are you classified as bulimic or anorexic or both? Classify your eating disorder for me.
I've been diagnosed as both. I don't binge. From what they tell me, I don't binge. Over the last few years, I haven't binged. I consider a binge, like if I have 2 slices of pizza, that to me is a binge, and then I have to purge. That's just absolutely not, I can't do that. A binge to me is 2 slices of pizza or a regular ice cream cone and not fat-free, sugar-free yogurt. So I guess it's a little of both, even though the purging I've cut back on a great deal.